While fans were still immersed in rumors of a reunion, Jamie Dornan left everyone frozen when he suddenly said no to Dakota Johnson in a special invitation. Although the two had created a legendary couple on screen, Jamie's decision made many people wonder what was behind it. Heartbreak: the choice between love and reason. According to a close source, Dakota had asked Jamie to participate in a personal film project, which was said to retell the memories that have never faded between them. However, Jamie refused, not because he was cold, but because he wanted to put the past in its place. A friend of his shared, "Jamie doesn't want to hurt anyone, but he needs to move on. This is how he protects himself." Fire: a brave and meaningful decision. Rejecting Dakota Johnson has never been easy. The two still maintain a respectful and close relationship, but it seems Jamie is choosing a new direction, breaking away from his old image, and proving that he can stand firm without the shadow of Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele. Speech balloon: how did fans react? Social networks exploded with thousands of comments. "He is just protecting his heart. Dakota will understand, because they were once a part of each other's lives." Perhaps, sometimes saying no is also a way to express feelings, with maturity and mutual respect. Rose behind the halo: when the heart no longer runs away. After the rejection that caused a stir in public opinion, Jamie Dornan appeared in an interview in London with a calm look, but his eyes still contained many things that were not said. When asked if he regretted it, Jamie just smiled slightly. "There are things that don't need to be said, just keep them in your heart." That sentence made fans shiver. It seems that behind the decision to say no is an internal struggle between the man who once loved and the star who had to move on. Dizzy: Dakota Johnson, unexpected reaction. A source from Variety magazine revealed that Dakota had been silent for many days after hearing the news of Jamie's rejection. She did not blame or try to hold on. A close friend shared, "Dakota understands Jamie better than anyone. She knows he needs space to be himself, not the image that the public forces on him." Many fans believe that Dakota's calmness and respect made this story more precious, no longer a showbiz drama, but a story of two souls who were once in tune. Heartbreak: a chapter closes to open something bigger. Maybe Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson will not step on stage together again, but they will always be together in the hearts of fans. The looks and smiles in 50 Shades will always be proof that sometimes love does not need to end with a nod, but with a respectful refusal. Crescent moon: silent night, where all emotions arise. People say, when the stage lights go out, that is when the true self of the artist appears. After the interview, Jamie Dornan left the studio in silence. The reporters caught him standing for a long time on the banks of the Thames, looking far away at the water reflecting the moonlight. No one knew what he was thinking, but his shoulders trembled slightly in the cold wind, making fans feel sorry. Thought balloon: I'm not running away, I just need time to forget. This sentence, shared by Jamie with a close friend, spread quickly on social networks. It was like a missing piece, explaining everything. He did not deny his feelings, he just chose to love in silence. Love that did not need to be reciprocated, just needed to be kept. Dizzy: Dakota Johnson, the woman who still smiles amid the storm of rumors. Meanwhile, Dakota appeared at the premiere of her new film in Los Angeles, fresh and elegant as if nothing had happened. When asked about Jamie, she simply replied, "I always respected him. We were a beautiful part of each other's lives." Just one sentence, but enough to make the listener's heart stop. No blame, no regrets, only maturity and gratitude. Fire: the story is not over, it is just being written differently. Jamie Dornan may have said no this time, but Hollywood has never been a place of absolute endings. The two can still meet again, on a new project, or in memories that never fade. Cloud with rain: the moment of facing, when the eyes speak 1,000 words. A week later, the media caught Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson appearing together at a private party in Beverly Hills, where many big Hollywood stars gathered. There were no more dazzling stage lights, just two people who had once loved each other, standing opposite each other in a strangely quiet space. According to a witness present at the party, Jamie and Dakota just looked at each other for a long time, without saying a word. But that look, full of emotions, full of memories, made everyone around them silent. It felt like time stopped, so that two hearts could speak in their own language. Dizzy a short second, but enough to rekindle memories. Jamie then took the initiative to smile, a light and sad smile. Dakota nodded slightly in response. No tears, no tragedy, just two people who once loved each other, accepting reality with all the tenderness left. A close friend of Jamie revealed. He once said that, even though they are far away, there are people who still exist in the most beautiful part of your life. Dakota is that person. Heartbreak behind the strength is an unnamed nostalgia. Back in London, Jamie posted a black and white photo on social media, a rainy sky, a folded umbrella, and a short caption. Some goodbyes never end. Just a few minutes later, Dakota clicked like. The internet immediately exploded. Fans everywhere reshared the image with thousands of comments, guessing that this was the unspoken words of the two. Rose love doesn't disappear, it just changes form. Perhaps Jamie and Dakota understand that they don't need to be together to prove their love. Instead, they choose to keep each other in the most beautiful memories, where everything is still intact, eyes, smiles, and regrets. Rose when fate has not closed. After the fateful moment in Beverly Hills, it was thought that both would be silent and retreat to two separate worlds. However, just a few days later, fans were stirred up when they discovered that Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson appeared in the same city, New York. There was no official promotional schedule, no red carpet, no cameras. Was it just a coincidence or a hidden signal that only they understood? A witness recounted. They sat in two different corners of a small cafe in Brooklyn. They didn't say anything, didn't get close, but their eyes met at least twice. And I swear, that moment cannot be described in words. Dizzy amidst the hustle and bustle, they still recognized each other. It seems that, no matter how hard they tried, fate still kept bringing Jamie and Dakota back to the same frame. It could be a blurry photo in the crowd, a familiar song on the radio, or just a scent in the wind. Everything reminds us of each other. Heartbreak Jamie Dornan, the man who chooses solitude to keep his emotions intact. In an interview with Esquire UK, Jamie was asked about the old love that he has never forgotten. He just smiled slightly, then answered with a sentence that made fans choke. There are people you can't love again, but you can't forget either. And I learned to live with that. Without mentioning the name, everyone knew he was talking about Dakota Johnson, the woman who once captivated the world in black and white frames full of desire. Crescent Moon Dakota, gentle smile but sad eyes. At an event in Los Angeles, when asked about Jamie, Dakota replied softly, "Some connections don't need to be public, but they still exist, they're real." The sentence made the whole audience silent. It seems that, even though they are no longer a couple, they still go together, like two bright stars on opposite sides of the sky, looking at each other from afar but never fading. Revolving hearts maybe, this is not the end, but the most peaceful chapter of a mature love. Cloud with rain and unsent letter, and a whisper in the wind. A source close to Jamie Dornan recently left fans on the edge of their seats when revealing that he wrote a handwritten letter to Dakota Johnson, but in the end, never sent it. The letter was found in one of his notebooks, with trembling lines, containing deep feelings. If one day you read this, please know that I have never regretted meeting you. Maybe we can't go all the way together, but you will always be the best part of my life. Love letter. The letter was never sent, but the world heard it, through the eyes, the smiles, and the silence that stretched between the two. Crescent Moon Dakota, when memories become a fulcrum. A month later, Dakota posted a blurry photo on Instagram, a window half open, light rain, and wrote only one line. Some memories never fade. Fans immediately noticed the strange coincidence. At the same time, Jamie shared a photo of an old umbrella in the rain in London. Two posts, two places half a world apart, but like a silent dialogue. Heartbreak love doesn't need to return, just be remembered. A famous psychologist in Hollywood once said, "When two people have gone through all the stages of love, they don't need to be together to prove anything. They just need to know that they once truly loved each other." Jamie and Dakota may have reached that threshold, a love that is no longer a possession, but a memory kept in respect and peace. Rose's life goes on, but their marks are still there. Both of them continue to pursue their own projects, appear in different events, but every time they are mentioned together, their eyes always carry the same sadness, a beautiful sadness, of two people who loved too deeply, but had to choose to leave. Sparkles perhaps, not everyone who leaves is lost, some people just choose to stay in the heart, forever.